We'll move on to Mr. Scott Ratzan from the COVID new vaccine information, communication, and engagement. Scott, over to you.
Co-chairs, and all for the recognition of the important role of the private sector here today. I'm Dr. Scott Ratzan, and I have multiple roles as a professor, editor of the Journal of Health Communication, and lead for Business Partners for Sustainable Development, an initiative of the USCIB Foundation. I'm pleased to return to the UN today in person and be a lead discussant on this important session with the mission to support evidence-based policy to solve the interconnected and complex challenges our societies are facing at all levels. Recently, my work as Senior Fellow at Harvard Kennedy School in the Mosafar Rahamni Center for Business and Government, we supported the integral role of business. And while at Harvard, along with esteemed colleagues including the late John Ruggie, I led development of guiding principles for multi-sector engagement for sustainable health. These were built upon work I had been engaged in the past, working with the UN, including testimony before the U.S. Congress on the importance of partnerships for the then MDGs, and later serving as co-chair for UN Secretary General's Innovation Working Group on Women and Children's Health. Today, we're advancing our efforts as trust in business has increased and now outpaces government, media, and NGOs. Most people perceive their employer as a trusted institution, and people want more societal engagement from business, not less. The 2023 Edelman Trust Barometer demonstrated this and quoted my employer as 25% higher than government or elected officials. Further important and salient today is 72% of respondents globally want business to defend facts and expose questionable science being used to justify bad social policy. Today, I'm pleased to share what we instigated with the U.S. Council for International Business and the USCIB Foundation when COVID was declared a pandemic. We launched Business Partners to Convince at the virtual meeting of the UN High-Level Political Forum in 2020 to both engage the private sector and work together in an evidence-based approach on science, health, and vaccine literacy to build trust and support the benefits of COVID and other vaccines equitably. Today, we work in partnership along with academics, NGOs, and other stakeholders to advance vaccine literacy and also address challenges with misinformation for employers of all sizes. Along with collaboration of the U.S. Council International Affiliates, the International Chamber of Commerce, Business at OECD, the International Organization of Employers, and the Society for Human Resource Management, we launched a new campaign, There's More to Be Done. This includes the advancement of vaccine literacy and other key areas for employers to integrate in their workplace strategies. This new global campaign, There's More to Be Done, includes free open access learning modules and resources promoting health and vaccine literacy and other key issues for trustworthy communication and effective COVID recovery. We intend to evolve this campaign to advance health and well-being and address other long-term challenges identified here today in the UN panel and prior by member states, such as education, infrastructure, and environment. With COVID recovery and resilient societies, we also will continue to advance ideas with our 2023 Business Partner Roundtable series. Our first roundtable advanced engagement with innovative ideas to address global health threats with a whole-of-society approach, building upon the Delphi Consensus study with 386 experts that were led by colleagues here in New York at CUNY School of Public Health and published in Nature. Our next roundtable theme will address infrastructure, SDG 9, along with our esteemed partners at the Wilson Center in Washington, D.C. Later in the year, we will address climate change and food security. We also intend on sharing with the broad UN community and stakeholders throughout the globe as we embrace SDG 17, Partnership for the Goals. So in conclusion, all of these multi-sector activities work to support the mission of today's forum. At this historic time, rebounding from the first pandemic in a century, we need to build support for science, technology, and innovation with trustworthy partners. We welcome the opportunity to engage at all levels, from global, national, regional to local. Please feel free to contact us for further engagement. Thank you.